said we should talk before Sunday. I said the week was looking full. Truth is I had time on Thursday. I just didn't trust the room. You left your coat across my sofa, like you planned to come back soon. I kept walking past it slowly, giving myself something to do. There's a sentence on my tongue that keeps changing when you're near. I make it smaller in the moment, then it follows me from here. We can put it on tomorrow. Let the night stay easy now. Keep the place beside the sink. Keep the hard part underground. You look tired of being careful, I look calm enough to pass. We keep saving up the truth, like it's safer if it lasts. Your sister called while we were eating. You stepped out into the hall. I heard your voice get light and normal, like we were nothing much at all. I didn't blame you for the answer. I've done worse with better lines. Made a joke when you came back and watched it land a little tired. There's a kind of quiet damage when nobody wants to start, so we talk around the center and call it having heart. We can put it on tomorrow. Let the evening keep its shade. You can ask me how I'm sleeping. I can ask about your day. There's a chair pulled close between us. There's a word we never use. We keep acting like the timing is the only thing to lose. By the doorway, you stood waiting, keys loose in your hand. I almost said it simply, then chose the smaller plan. You nodded like you knew me better than I'd meant. Then the room went ordinary, and that was punishment. We can put it on tomorrow, but tomorrow learned our names. It keeps showing up at breakfast. It keeps standing in the rain. I can't keep the truth polite just to make the silence fit. Some things don't get softer from not saying them. Say it later. That was never really fair. I was only buying time, hoping time would meet me there.
Yeah. Yeah. I changed twice before the taxi, then wore the first thing from the floor. Left the watch I bought to look grown in the drawer I never opened anymore. Everybody at the table had a way to sound complete. I kept nodding through the stories with my shoes stuck to the heat. I used to walk in like a question, waiting for the room to choose. Tonight I let the small talk pass me like a train I didn't need to use. I don't need to look expensive, I don't need to win the room. I can leave a little early when my lipstick barely moved. Let them wonder what I'm doing, let them talk when I'm not there. I feel lighter when I'm honest than I ever did prepare. if I was seeing someone worth explaining yet. I said I'm keeping mornings open, and they laughed like I had confessed. There was music by the doorway, bass coming through the floor. I watched my reflection in the window, stop performing for the fourth. I used to turn my life to sparkle, just to make the story sell. Now the quiet feels expensive, in a way I earn myself. I don't need to sound impressive, I don't need the perfect line. I can take the long way home and still not call it wasting time. Let the night keep getting louder, I won't raise my voice to match. Some people spend the whole room chasing what I'm not giving back. Outside the air felt simple, cars moving past in pairs. I took my heels off by the corner and didn't check who stared. For once I was improving, I could be wanted, calm or fine. I just stood under the streetlight and let the moment stay mine. I don't need to look expensive, I don't need to win the room. I can let the evening end without making it mean more than truth. I'm not cold, I'm not above it, I just know what peace can cost. If I have to lose approval, that's not really being lost. No one to impress, just a clean walk through the night. No one to convince that I'm doing alright. I used to walk and check in every mirror, fix my face before they asked, smile like I had somewhere better to be, talk like I was over the past. New shoes hurting by the entrance, old doubt sitting in my throat. Everybody looks so put together, I was tired of playing close. And somewhere between the coat check and the second glass of line, I stopped explaining my whole life to people passing time. I don't need the room to turn, I don't need the lights to move. I came here as myself tonight, that's enough to get me through. Let them guess what I'm becoming, let them call it attitude. I'm not smaller when I'm quiet, I'm not lost when I don't choose. Someone asked about my 5-year plan, like I keep it in my bag. I said I'm sleeping better lately, they didn't know what to do with that. My phone stayed dark inside my pocket, for once I let it be. I watched the city through the window without wondering who saw me. I used to dress my fear as ambition, run until it looked like grace. Now I leave before I'm empty and don't apologize for space. I don't need the room to turn, I don't need the lights to move. I came here as myself tonight, that's enough to get me through. Let them talk around the edges, let them make their version true. I know what I've had to carry, I know what I didn't lose. On the sidewalk after midnight, I took my heels off by the curb, laughed at nothing in particular, felt my shoulders leave the work. The old me would've stayed there, waiting to be understood. Tonight I let the door close, and it sounded pretty good. I don't need the room to turn, I don't need the lights to move. I don't need a louder ending, just a life that feels like truth. If they miss the point completely, they can read their point of view. I'm not here to win approval, I've got nothing to prove. I walk home with my head clear, off base from a passing car. For the first time in a long time, I don't need to look that far.
Your phone lights up on the edge of the table. 6 minutes out, silver Camry on the way. You keep your thumb on the corner of the screen, like touching the map could make it stay. Half your drink is warm now, mine's all watered down. The bartender stacks chairs near the window. We both pretend not to hear that sound. You say we should head outside, then neither one of us moves. There's a whole conversation hanging off the room before the Uber comes. Say the thing you almost said. Don't leave it in your jacket, don't leave it in your head. We got one red light, one more song bleeding through the wall. If this is where we change, let me know before you're gone, before the Uber comes. Before the Uber comes. You laugh about the driver's picture, says he looks like someone you knew. I ask if that's the kind of face that makes it easier to leave a room. Outside the street is shining, black top holding all the rain. You check the plate, then check my eyes, like both of them could spell your name. You say it's getting colder, I say yeah, I guess that's true. Your car turns onto our block and I stop looking at you before the Uber comes. Give me something I can hold, not a promise dressed up pretty, just the part you never told. We got headlights near the corner, your hand halfway to mine. If this is only timing, why does it feel like a sign? Before the Uber comes. Before the Uber comes. The driver waits with the hazards blinking. You don't open the door. My name sounds different in your mouth than it ever has before. For once nobody makes a joke, nobody reaches for a way out. You look like you're about to stay, then say you can't right now. Before the Uber comes, I hear you breathe and change your mind, then change it back in silence, like you've done 1,000 times. The city keeps on moving, your ride is blocking half the lane. You step toward the curb, then turn around and say my name. Before the Uber comes, we don't fix what we've become, but you kiss me like an answer, then leave before it's done. I stand there with the rain and the taillights pulling off. Some goodbyes don't close, they just wait for another call.
Your card declined at the cash-only bar. You laughed too late like it didn't sting. I pulled a 20 from my coat pocket. You said I hate when you do kind things. The jukebox froze on a song from your childhood, neon buzzing over cheap red wine. You kept folding up the paper napkin until it looked like something trying to hide. You asked what I was doing later. I said depends how brave you get. Your smile moved before your answer, then stopped at the edge of it. At the cash-only bar, you paid me back in quarters, stacked them up beside my glass, like we had all night to sort it. Your knee touched mine under the table, then stayed there through the song. Some rooms know before people do when leaving would be wrong. Leaving told me your sister moved to Phoenix. Your landlord raised the rent again. I told you I still buy the good coffee, then ruin it with too much cinnamon. There was lipstick on the rim of my old-fashioned. Your thumbprint on the silver till the bartender counted bills behind us, slow enough to make time spill. You said my name like you were testing how it landed after years. I watched your eyes cross the distance, then come back from getting near. That cash-only bar kept humming through the ceiling. You pushed your change across the wood like money could cover feeling. I should've called the car by midnight, should've let the small talk fade. Instead we split a warm tequila and let the silence misbehave. The ATM outside was broken. The sidewalk smelled like summer dust. You held the door with your shoulder while I searched for somewhere to look. Nothing about us felt decided, that was the dangerous part. Your hand brushed mine near the payphone and stayed long enough to start at the cash-only bar. Your quarters rolled across the floor. We bent down laughing at the same time, then forgot what we were reaching for. The jukebox found another slow one. Your jacket slipped against my arm. I walked in planning to be careful. I left with trouble in my palm. At the cash-only bar, you didn't promise anything. You just looked at me through last call, like I was worth the lingering. You picked a place with the perfect window, gold on the glass, city looking clean. I wore the jacket that always works for me. You said the table felt like a movie scene. The server knew your usual order. You said I like it proved a thing. I smiled because the room was pretty, not because I felt anything. You asked what kind of love I wanted. I watched the candle bend. Some questions sound expensive when they come from the wrong man. Good lighting, bad date, nice wine, wrong taste. You looked right on paper, still made the minutes feel late. I kept checking my reflection just to have somewhere to look. The room knew how to flatter me. You never really could. You never really could. You told a story about your startup, then checked who saw your post. I learned the shape of your ambition before I learned what you love most. My laugh came in half a second delayed. Your hand stayed near my chair the whole night. Had a polished surface, but nothing breathing under there. You said this place is hard to get into, like that should make me stay. I was already picturing my coat in the quiet right away. Good lighting, bad day, sharp suit, wrong pace. You held the door too proudly, like kindness needs a stage. I could tell you were attractive, I could tell you knew it too. The mirror light us together, that was more than I could do. Outside, the valet lost your ticket. You blamed the night, then checked your phone. I stood beneath the restaurant awning, feeling better on my own. You leaned in for the ending, like the script was guaranteed. I gave you half a smile and kept the better half for me. Good lighting, bad date, clean cut, wrong way. Some people fit the picture, then empty out the frame. I walked home past the windows with my lipstick still in place. Nothing broke, nobody failed. It just never found good lighting. Bad day, pretty room, wrong name. I don't regret the evening, I just won't do it again. I changed the sheets, moved the couch by the window, stopped checking if your car was on the street. Got new friends who don't ask where you ran off to. They just pour me another and let me breathe. I can say your name without my voice shaking. I can pass our place and keep walking through. I don't hate you now, that's the strange thing. I just miss the version I knew. And I don't reach for my phone when the room gets quiet. Don't rehearse what I say if you call, but some nights still bend in your direction, like my heart didn't get the memo at all. I'm almost over you, close enough to say it out loud. I don't fall apart like I used to. I just slow down when you're around. I'm almost over you. Got one foot out of the blue. I'm not going back, I know that much is true, but I'm not all the way through. I'm almost over you. I took your jacket to the thrift store Monday, kept the lighter from that bar on 10th. Not because I need some piece of history, I just like the way it fit in my hand. My mother says I sound more like myself now. My friends say my laugh came back in June. I believe the most of the time now, till a song starts acting like you. And I don't turn every stranger into your shadow. Don't compare every kiss to the past, but some names still land on my shoulder, like a hand I didn't ask to have. I'm almost over you, close enough to say it out loud. I don't fall apart like I used to. I just slow down when you're around. I'm almost over you. Got one foot out of the blue. I'm not going back, I know that much is true, but I'm not all the way through. Almost over you. Maybe healing isn't fireworks. Maybe it's a Tuesday afternoon when I don't make a myth out of the hurt, when I lead before I miss the bruise. Maybe love can lose its fever, still leave warmth inside the room. Maybe I'm not yours forever, maybe I'm just leaving soon. I'm almost over you, close enough to say it out loud. I don't fall apart like I used to. I just slow down when you're around. I'm almost over you. Got one foot out of the blue. I'm not going back, I know that much is true, but I'm not all the way through. I'm almost over you, almost sleeping like I used to, almost dancing with somebody new, almost meaning when I say I'm cool. I'm almost over you. Yeah, yeah. Monday starts before I'm ready. 3 alarms and a cold black coffee. inbox full before my jacket's on. Everybody wants a piece of me. I booked the week in 15 colors. Dinner here, called that gym at 9. I keep my face together on the train, like tired is a private kind of fine. I used to think busy meant better, used to wear it like a win. Now I get home with my shoes still on and feel the room I'm standing in. Calendar full, heart empty, plans stacked up, nobody really sees me. I show up clean, I answer fast, I make a whole week disappear like calendar full, heart empty. I'm not sad in a dramatic way, I just keep moving through the day, like stopping might explain me. Friday comes with a rooftop invite, someone's friend as a new champagne thing. I say I'll try to make it later, then watch my battery hit 13. There's a dress on the chair from last weekend, there's a receipt I never checked. I keep buying smaller distractions to avoid what comes up next. I'm good at sounding available, I'm good at leaving right on time, but every ride back through the city feels longer than the line. Calendar full, heart empty, names on every square, none staying with me. I laugh on cue, I split the bill, I say I'm booked, then I sit. Calendar full, heart empty, it's not the kind of hurt that shows, just a quiet little overflow underneath the routine. Sunday night I clear the counter, throw out flowers from a work event. My phone reminds me of a birthday for someone I barely know anymore. I delete 2 things from Tuesday, move one problem into next week. For the first time in a long time, I let the evening stay on. Calendar full, heart empty, I could use one night that doesn't need me. One slow walk without a reason, one real answer when I mean it. I don't wanna be impressive, I don't want another place to be, just a little space inside my life that still feels like it belongs to me. Calendar full, heart empty, I'm still here under the time and still trying to find the part of me that doesn't need reminding.
They handed me the clipboard at the urgent care desk. Name, address, insurance, then the line I never checked. I knew your number without looking, that scared me more than pain. Funny how the body tells the truth before the mouth can explain. I kept the pen above the paper long enough to feel it land. Some people live inside your life without asking where they stand. You're still the number I know when the room turns white, when I'm too proud to ask but too scared to lie. Some people fade out clean, some stay under your skin. I don't call it love out loud, but I know who I'd call first. You picked up on the second ring, voice still rough from sleep. Said, tell me where you are, like distance was a thing you'd beat. I said it wasn't serious, you didn't believe my tone. By the time they called my name out, you were already putting shoes on. I watched the door between the nurses, like it owed me your face. There are people you don't run from, even after needing space. You're still the number I know when the night goes wrong, when the city feels too loud and I've been strong too long. It's not a title we use, not a promise we rehearsed. I can change almost everything, still know who I'd call first. With your hoodie inside out, parking ticket in your hand, tried to joke about the waiting room, then forgot how jokes began. We sat there under cheap white ceiling, your knee pressed into mine. Nothing changed in conversation, something changed in the quiet. You're still the number I know, even after all this time, even after we got careful, even after we drew lines. I don't need to say forever, I don't need to call it fate, but when the room starts spinning, your name still feels safe. You're still the number I know, that's the part I can't replace. You saw me first by the mailroom glass. I was pretending to read my name. Your toe bag slipped from your shoulder. I caught the look before it changed. Third floor button already glowing, lobby plants leaning toward the heat. You said you still live here, like you hadn't learned that from the street. The doors kept trying to close, your hand stayed near the frame. I had 10 clean words ready, then forgot every one of them. Hold the elevator, I'm not done hearing your voice. We don't have to make a scene, we can stand inside the noise. If you're heading up, I can ride one floor too far, just to lose a minute slowly, just to be where you are. The mirror showed us from a distance, two people acting almost grown. Your eyes went down to my left hand, I laughed like I didn't know. Someone's groceries smell like oranges, some kid yelled from down the hall. You asked if I still hated silence, I said depends who starts it off. The numbers climbed above us, too quick to call it time. You leaned back on the railing, I watched you change your mind. Hold the elevator, let the whole building wait. I've been getting good at leaving, you make it harder than I say. Your floor lights up, mine disappears below. There's a pause between us breathing, that knows more than we know. When the doors open, you didn't move. I stepped out because I always do. Then you said my name too softly for the hallway to hear it too. I turned around with my keys in my hand, you were halfway back inside. Nothing dramatic happened, that's why it stayed in my mind. Hold the elevator, I'm coming back for my pride. Leave the doors half open, let me stop pretending I'm fine. We can talk in the lobby, or say nothing to the top. I don't need the perfect answer, I just need this not to stop. So hold it one more second, before the cables pull us apart. You were only going home, I was trying not to start. You got there early, I got there careful. Same back table, different side. Sam was talking over everybody, I was counting exits with my eyes. Your new haircut looked expensive, mine still smelled like Subway heat. Someone asked if we were doing better, you smiled first so I agreed. We learned the script in separate rooms, keep it light, don't make them choose. Laugh on cue,
pass the wine, leave the truth under the food. We share too many friends to fall apart in public. So I ask about your work, you ask about my mother. Everyone can feel the space, they just talk around the bruise. We don't have to say a thing, they already know the news. Maya saved you half her dessert. Leo dragged me to the hall, said you're being weirdly normal. I said that's the point of it all. You laughed too hard at someone's story. I checked my glass instead of you. For a second it looked easy, then your sleeve brushed mine and moved. There's a talent in behaving like your chest is not on fire. I can make a clean impression while I'm stepping over wire. We share too many friends to disappear completely, so you hold the door too long. I say thank you too politely. Everybody finds a reason to look down across the room. We don't have to say a thing, they already know the news. Outside, someone started smoking. You stood close enough to ask if I hated how this happened. I said, not the way you think. You nodded like that cost you something, and fixed your face before we walked in. By the time we reached the table, we were strangers with a history. We shared too many friends to make a clean confession. So I learned your new routine from birthday plans and mentions. You learn mine from group chat photos, weekend trips I didn't take. Every room becomes a witness, every smile becomes a place. We share too many friends to call this really ending. Someone turns the music louder, someone asks what we're pretending. You leave first, I stay seated, let the silence take your chair. Love can leave the room politely and still be everywhere. You caught my shoulder out the picture, but the table knew my drink. 2 glasses catching sunset, 1 straw bent toward the sink. You tapped a caption and deleted, put a song over the view. Everybody thinks you're single, funny how they look at you. Your phone face down beside me, mine lighting up your wall. We keep saying it's nobody's business, then act suspicious when they call. Keep me in your private story. Close friends look like gone by morning. You never say my name online, but I'm the reason you don't sleep on time. Keep it soft, keep it blurry. Let them guess, let them worry. If we're nothing, why hide me? If it's casual, why invite me into your private story? Into your private story. Your best friend knows from your silence. My jacket's hanging by your door. You say I left it there on purpose. I say you didn't ask before. We split noodles on the sofa, your heel pressed into my leg. You laughed when I got chili on my sweater, then wore it home the next day. You don't tag me in the moment, but you save the smallest things. A blurry shot of my left hand, your bracelet tangled in my rings. Keep me in your private story. Close friends low like gone by morning. You never say my name online, but I'm the reason you don't sleep on time. Keep it soft, keep it blurry. Let them guess, let them worry. If we're nothing, why hide me? If it's casual, why invite me into your private story? I don't want a headline, I don't need the just hate the way you hold me, then turn the volume down. Say it where the room can hear you, even if the room is small. I can live without the picture, I can't be invisible. Put me in your private story. Messy hair, side smile, early morning. Leave the song off, leave the light on. Let the silence catch what we've become. Don't make me a secret, then love me like you mean it. If your friends already know, if your face already shows, let it move past private story. One post won't make us honest, one kiss won't make us safe. But I'm tired of being almost something you can't say. Yeah. I saw your face between a recipe and somebody's trip to Spain. Same smile, different apartment. Same shirt, different name. I didn't tap in for the details, didn't zoom in on the room. Just held my thumb above the screen, like I knew what I should do. I used to keep a window open just to know where you had been. Now the habit feels expensive for a life I'm not still in. Soft unfollow, quiet exit, clean hands. I don't need a scene, I don't need your friends. I can let you fade without making it a fight. Some doors close better when nobody says goodnight. When nobody says goodnight. Your birthday stayed in my calendar, I let it pass at 2:30. Not because I wanted silence, I just didn't trust the old version of me with you. There's a photo from last winter, still buried in a backup cloud. I don't go looking for a reason to feel worse than I do now. It's not anger, it's maintenance. It's not cold, it's overdue. I'm learning how to leave a room without leaving proof. Soft unfollow, no speech, no final word. Just one less place where your life can hurt. I can wish you well from outside the frame. Some distance looks small till it changes everything. Till it changes everything. I don't hate the years we had, that would take too much from me. I just need my mornings back without your shadow in the feed. There's a version of myself that will wait for you to see it. Tonight I choose the quiet button and let the meaning be the meaning. Soft unfollow, I'm not making headlines, I'm not checking who noticed, I'm not asking for a sign. I just want my own life to feel like mine again. Less of your weather moving through my head. Soft unfollow, small cut, steady hand. You won't hear the door, but I'll know where I stand. Yeah. I saw your name when the screen lit up, put the phone back face down on the bed. Took 3 breaths I didn't ask for, then made coffee instead. You used to know how to pull me back in, one soft line and I'd fold. Now I let the message sit there, turning quiet, turning cold. I still care, that's the ugly part. I still hear you in the room, but wanting you is not a reason to hand myself back to you. I'm too grown to beg, too tired to make you choose, too proud to dress up pain and call it something new. You know where I live, you know what it costs. If you wanted me for you, said I sounded different, less careful with my words. I stopped defending your timing, like patience was something I deserved. There's a coat you never picked up, still hanging near the door. I don't touch it in the morning, I don't need proof anymore. You always love the almost, the door left half unlocked. I used to call that hopeful, now I call it what it was. I'm too grown to beg, too tired to make you choose, too proud to dress up pain and call it something new. You know where I live, you know what it cost. If you wanted me for real, you could not leave me lost. I'm too grown to beg, but not too cold to miss you. I can love you from a distance without walking to your side. I can keep the good part honest and still let the rest of it die. There's strength in not replying, there's grief in standing still. Tonight I let the phone keep flashing and I don't reach for it. I'm too grown to beg, too clear to chase a blur, too far from who I was to crawl back into her. You know what I gave, you know what you lost. If you wanted one more chance, you would not make me ask. I'm too grown to beg, still human when I miss you, still soft where it hit me, still leaving like I need to. Too grown to beg, so I let the silence answer. You can keep the almost, I'm keeping what comes after. You came in late with your jacket half open, rain on your sleeves, laughing under your breath. Said the florist by the station had locked up, so you tried the corner store on 7. Daisies leaned through cloudy plastic, price tag hanging from the side. You stood there like you had to explain it, but I could see the whole thing in your eyes. I watched you set them on the counter, careful like they might break. Some gifts arrived looking nervous, that was why they felt safe. Corner store flowers by the kitchen sink, rainwater running down the paper sleeve. You said, I know these aren't that special. I said, come here, let me see. The room got quiet in the right way, your coat still dripping by the door. Somehow those tired yellow petals said more than roses ever did before. We left the movie paused for an hour, rice gone cold in the takeout tray. You kept talking with your hands in your pockets, like the wrong words might make me look away. I asked where you found them, you point down the block. Said the cashier gave you tape for the stand because one kept falling off. That's the part I still remember, not the color, not the cost, just you trying not to lose me with something almost lost. Those flowers look small in their apartment light, crooked in a glass we never use. You smile like you were waiting for the verdict. I was already moved, there wasn't music in the background, only traffic slipping past. But your face when I took them from you made the whole night last. Love walked in soaking wet, holding daisies from a freezer case. Not dressed up, not practiced, just trying to reach me before it was too late. I think about that version of you, standing there, soft and unsure. The world outside kept rushing, we stayed beside the counter. I still see them when the rain starts up, blue rat folded near the window frame. You didn't bring forever with you, you brought your hands, your breath, my name. And I remember how it felt to be chosen in an ordinary room. Corner store flowers half awake, still turning toward the light too soon. You looked at me like, is this enough? I looked back like I already knew. It wasn't about the flowers, it was always you.